All right, everybody. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show recap of Falcons and Eagles post game here live, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. And I got to tell you, it was well. If you were an Eagle fan, it was a great day. If you were a Falcons fan, you had to put these on so you could hide when you came out of the building as the Falcons get knocked off 32-6, which is ridiculous. 32-6. Offense showed us nothing, absolutely nothing. So the Arthur Smith regime starts off with a big, uh, terrible defensively, not that much better. It's a sad thing because the game actually started off well for the Falcons. They matriculated the ball down the field on their first two drives, looking very, very crisp, especially on the ground. Looked very, very good on the ground, but unfortunately, very much like last year, and the Falcons were notorious for this. Great in between the 20s, lousy red zone production as they get down the red zone three times in the first half, and they come away with two field goals and zero touchdowns. That's right, zero touchdowns. So, like I said, this team has got work to do. I don't know. Now, again, one game I know doesn't make a season, and certainly we've seen Falcons teams start the opposite under Dan Quinn. They started off and then they kind of died out. So I guess if I had an option, I'd rather them start slow and then pick up the pace and do better in the second half. And I know one game does not make a season, but we thought that Arthur Smith was supposed to be basically this offensive guru, this offensive genius, and we have not really seen that. What we have seen instead is throughout the preseason and now in the first regular season game, an offensive scheme that looks very plain vanilla. I mean, it looks very much like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and the passing doesn't give us anything that we thought we were going to get. What I really thought was going to get with Arthur Smith was something that was going to be, kind of a jailbreak offense. I know it seems kind of an odd term, but basically kind of seeing open Falcons receivers all over the field. Because think about it, they have Kyle Pitts, they have Hayden Hurst, and of course they have Calvin Ridley, a guy who caught 90 balls last year, and a guy that seemed like he was coming into his own. 1,300 yards, over 65% of his receptions for first down. And here's the thing, they looked for him early on in the game. He made his first three catches, boom, 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 all first downs. So I'm not sure what the Falcons did to kind of go away from that. I'm not sure why they went away from it, but they did. Also, running the ball did very, very well at the beginning. But here's the guy who was the star of the game. The guy who really was the star of the game was Jalen Hurts. He put on a spectacular performance for the Eagles. Once again, the Falcons find a way to make a average passer look like a Pro Bowler. I mean, I'm just incredulous how this team is able to do this every time they have to face a team that has any type of running quarterback at all. They always seem to not be able to stop the quarterback and let this guy dice him up. Like I said again, like he's Steve Young. I mean, I'm just incredulous to how the Falcons seem to always be able to do this. I mean, it just drives me bananas. I mean, it really does. I mean, I don't know what other way to say it, but it really is to me a glaring indictment that we are not able to do any better with this team. And once again, we find ourselves in a situation where, the offense didn't do nothing, just kaput. I mean, first two drives, like I said, very, very crisp. And I'm really the biggest pleasant surprise for me, and fooled me completely was Cordell Patterson. I mean, he was ripping them up. The guy, for the game, 7 carries, 54 yards. That was 7 yards a carry. And at one point, he was 7 carries, I think, or 6 carries for like 40-something yards. He was averaging almost 9 yards a carry. I mean, the guy was turning up. I mean, I just don't understand why the Falcons decided to go away from that, which was successful. And also, like I said, again, they found Ridley open, 3 catches. I think 2 of them were for first downs early. And then after that, Ridley only had 2 more catches for the entire game. So, Falcons offense go kaput. I'm not sure what happens. Again, the guy who was the star of the game was this man right here, Jalen Hurts. The guy took care of his business, man. I mean, he really took care of business. Not sure what the Falcons were thinking why they couldn't. Like I said, I'm always baffled with this team. Defensively, all this stuff we talked about, the linebackers, the team. Basically, when I look at this team, they look like a team that didn't have any energy today. Now, they also look like a team that didn't practice, that didn't go through a preseason, which, as you know, the Falcons decided not to have any type of preseason. They didn't let the starters at all play in the preseason. And they look like that. Meanwhile, Matt Ryan has one of his worst days as a Falcons, 21 of 35, 164, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And I got to tell you, the guy, he just didn't look sharp. He didn't look sharp the whole game. Outside of his passes to Ridley, he had a couple that he threw to Kyle Pitts later on. But outside of those first two drives, the Falcons offensively looked out of rhythm the whole game. So like I said, I don't know what these guys are going to do to turn this around, but they're going to have to open this up. I mean, they kind of remind me almost of the way Georgia played on their first game. Very lethargic offensively. Unfortunately, the Falcons did not play as well on defense as Georgia did in their game. The defense looked out of sorts again. I can't tell you how much this team looked like the Dan Quinn team that we've seen the last 2 years defensively. Apparently blown assignments, guys running open. Now I understand that Jalen Hurts extended plays and he made some plays by moving around, but the Falcons just didn't look crisp to me. Offensively and defensively, they still look tentative. And once again, last but not least, no ability to sack the quarterback. No ability to put the quarterback on the ground. They had one sack, and I want to say it was 3 quarterback hurries. I mean, I can win games like that. And this game was very winnable. Like I said again, they started off with a 3-0 lead. The Eagles scored, made 7-3. Falcons came right back down and marched the ball down the field again, primarily on the ground. But once again, they get into a position, and Matt Ryan's going to catch a lot of heat now. And I tell you why. Anybody been watching this program knows I'm a big Matt Ryan fan. I think that the guy did everything that the Falcons asked him to do, coming in here as a rookie behind an extremely popular quarterback, and to find himself in a position where as a rookie, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year and took the Falcons to the playoffs in his first year. And I think they went to the playoffs 4 of his first 5 or 6 years here. So he did everything that you would expect a number 3 overall first-round draft pick to do. He got them out of the conundrum of the Michael Vick situation, and he got them back to being relevant in a place where, the Falcons were a team that people had to look at as a contender year in and year out. And a cool nickname at one point, Matty Ice, because of his ability to come from behind. In the last 6 or 7 years, we have not seen that. In the last 3 or 4 years, certainly we've not seen it. He did have an MVP season when they went to the Super Bowl, but other than that, Ryan has been lackluster in his performance. And today, for the first time, to me, he really looked like he's lost a step and a couple of miles on the old fastball. His balls had no zip on them today at all. So we could be literally watching the demise of Matt Ryan right in front of our eyes. So all I can say is this, guys, it looked bad for the Falcons today. Again, only one game. I know we're not supposed to go off the rails. Let's hit some stats here from this game. Like I said, let's go to Philadelphia first. Jalen Hurts was electric. 27 of 35, 264 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He also ran the ball 7 times for 62 yards, almost 9 yards a carry. The other big guy here, Miles Sanders, number 26, 18 for 74, 4.9 yards a carry. And the rookie, Kenneth Gainwell, 9 carries, 37 yards, 4 yards a carry. So as you can see, they had no problem running the ball in the Falcons. Obviously, much of it Jalen Hurts, but you still had Sanders picking up 74 yards on the ground. The Eagles rushed for just over 150 yards on the ground total, and really were at no point threatened by the Falcons except in that first half. Meanwhile, the Falcons offensively, let me stay with the Eagles just a second. Defensively, also in the second half, once they knew the Falcons had to pass, they released the hounds, and they had a total of 3 sacks for the day and kept Matt Ryan under pressure, knocking him down 9 times. Or actually, quarterback hits, they had 9 of those. So the Eagles, once they got the lead, it was lights out for the Falcons. Meanwhile, let's go over to the Falcons offensively. Like I mentioned, Matt Ryan, one of his worst days as a Falcon. But running the ball in the first half, especially those first 2 drives, the Falcons looked great. Cordell Patterson, 7 for 54. Mike Davis, 15 for 49. And Keith Smith from the fullback position, 2 rushes for 13 yards. Even Matt Ryan got into the act. He had a couple of rushes for 8 yards, including one that almost got them to a first down early in the game. Calvin Ridley, never a factor in the game. 5 catches, only 51 yards, 10 yards per reception, well under his close to 15 yards per reception last year. The new kid on the block, Kyle Pitts, 4 receptions, 31 yards. But guess what? He looked like a rookie playing his first game. He looked tentative, and at some points in the game, looked a little scared. And I think what he felt for the first time, because again, he didn't get a chance to get in the game during the preseason, he felt what it feels like to get hit by an NFL linebacker, NFL safety, because he got popped a couple of times trying to go across the middle. So, like I said, that's what we have from those guys offensively. And in defense, we had 1 sack the whole game, and that was from Jacob. Tuer Mariner, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing his name right, a guy who came on late and was a presence off the edge for the Falcons last year, but everybody else, nothing. Grady Jarrett played well, had a nice play where he flushed Hurts out of the pocket, almost had a sack because he knocked him out of bounds to stop a potential drive. We did see some good tackling by Dante Fowler, but we're not paying him just to make tackles in the run game. We're paying him to rush the passer. And again, I didn't see him near the passer one time. So again, Falcons look bad and losing 32-6. That's our recap and post game from the game. We hope you guys can hang in there. But oh boy, the Falcons didn't look too good. That's all I got about that. Until next time, man. Catch you again on the Real Talk Sports Show. God bless you and have a great day. So long. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over